there, it's Doug Levy from TapGoods. We've recently launched a handful of new features, 7 that I'm going to walk through with you on this video. So the first 2 features have to do with the recipients of an order. You can, on a given order, specify your recipients as either individuals, customers, or a company. That's been the case before. What we've changed is that you can now have the company be a primary contact. So, and you can think of it this way, that you might be selling inventory to an individual or a family, in which case you might just list the customer, or it might be more of a B2B transaction where you really think of the company as the customer and still have contacts associated with it. No problem. So you can, just using this radio button here, list whoever you want as the primary contact. Now that primary contact shows up at the top of the order, and also from a reporting perspective, whoever is listed as the primary contact gains the revenue, or is attributed the revenue associated with the order, be it through the best customers pre-programmed report or the custom export. In either of those cases, they show up as the receiving entity for that revenue. And a few other places that primary contact shows up in the system. Now, so that's feature number 1. Related to that is feature number 2, where it used to be that you could have multiple primary contacts, and anyone listed as primary received any automated emails that you set up in the system. Now, you have one primary with the radio button, but you can choose which contacts receive any automated emails that you set up just through the use of this the checkbox here. So you can have all of them or one of them or whatever you want, and any triggered emails go to whoever's checked off. So that's feature number 2. Feature number 3 and 4 have to do with routing. So let's talk about routing here. So on a given delivery, you might have a driver, but we've also heard from our customers that they have multiple other roles associated with delivery. So now what you can do is, previously you could have multiple people, but they were all showing up as a driver. Now you can have multiple people, and you can pick what role or roles are assigned to that individual. So you got Alex and we've got Alana, and we can pick driver setup, loading, staging, all roles that you've pre-specified are available to you to include in that order. So that's here in the routing section. And then I'm going to take you over to settings, routing, delivery team, where you specify those roles. So I specified for these 4 roles. You can add another just by putting it in here, or you can delete any roles that you had previously set up. So that is delivery roles, routing roles. So the next routing related feature, I'll take you back here. You can see on a given map, lots of places that you're going, but you might want to zoom in on a particular. So here we've got number 2 that's on Retail Drive. You can see it bounces when I hover over it, and if I click on it, it's going to take me to that retail road order and all the specifics, the items and what time and the drop off and who's doing it. So there's just more connection now between the map and the information for the order that's on the left side of the screen. Okay, that's feature number 4. Feature number 5 has to do with inventory, bundles in particular, and more specifically adding bundles to the system. So when you add a bundle, you could either start from scratch and build it. You could previously copy details from an existing bundle, but we've added something else where you can add a bundle within a bundle. And what it does essentially is pulls all of the inventory from a bundle into creating a new one. Particularly useful for companies that rent things like tents that have a handful of items that are used in multiple bundles. This just speeds up the process of creating a bundle. So when you click on add inventory to a bundle, you can pull any inventory in, all items, accessories, purchases, and now bundles, and however many of those bundles you want to put into the new bundle, and just click there, and you've got the inventory in a flash. Okay. Next up has to do with the pick list. So we're going to go over here. This is an order you can tell that's in the reservation phase, and I've clicked on the pick list tab, and I can see the electronic version of the pick list right here. But a number of our customers use the print feature associated with this, and if you click print, then you get a form or a printout that looks like this. What we've done is change this again based on your input, to make it more legible. So the font is bigger and it's darker, more readable, and so when you print that out, you got the signature line and all the details and a more legible printed pick list. And then the final feature that I'm going to share with you has to do with a new feature that we added that everybody loves, and it is the inventory calendar. So you go here, inventory calendar, you can see it up here. You can pick any inventory item. You can see, and in this case, it's a multi-location company, Ajax Tools, and I can see all of my inventory for all of my locations. If you're a single location company, then you wouldn't have the parenthetical here. It would just show you the inventory for your single location. Anyway, if you look at the calendar, you can see the blue circles represent dates in which that inventory is used. And if you click on that date with the blue circle, it'll pull up orders that are taking place on that day. That all existed before. The change that we made here was, in addition to having an out and an in date, we've added the time. So you can see exactly when you expect that inventory to leave the warehouse or be returned to the warehouse. Those are your 7 features, and I hope you enjoy.